Holy Repossession. Guys, welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast where we talk about theme parks news and all kinds of roller coasters, everything across the globe. If you are joining us on YouTube, hello everyone in the chat. If you are listening to this on Spotify or all of the podcast formats, we are live on YouTube every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So come and check us out. Hello.
Did you forget the time there?
No, I was just
hesitation about every Wednesday.
Hesitation. It should be every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday?
Every
ads would have something to say about
every
that.
third Wednesday?
Apparently
third
Adam's
Wednesday of
getting
the
ready to write a strongly worded comment. And
Oh, the emails. Yes. Hello, 16 people watching. Thank you so much, guys. Do like this video as well. It really helps us here at Chain Dogs. Well, hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to NF Attractions, Jack, Outback and Travel, Ads, Mikhail. Kyle's in there. Rob, Haunted Hall, Joe, Tech Andrew.
I love how we do that every
John,
podcast.
John.
All right, Mikhail.
We've got John, we've got Dan. Yeah, we've got Planky Platypus as well, which is
who's that?
James. If you didn't know, that was James. So we've got a lot. Like this podcast is stacked, like ridiculous. So
well, to be fair, we've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have.
We're gonna have a laundry list of
a laundry list. Yeah. Oh, that's so apt. You just said laundry. Just something that's happened to one of our friends with his washing machine.
Washing machines do not live long with Cal gone around.
Sorry, Pete. Right. So we've got, obviously, you heard the intro, Holy Repossession. Duel is now closed. It's done. That's it. Duel's gone, as we know it. They put the signs up, bailiffs are coming. Can't pay, we'll take it away. By the way, whoever did that meme on Twitter, well done. That was one for the year, I think. That was great. But yeah, no, so it's exciting, isn't it? And if you don't know what's happened, Aaron did a cool vlog as well on our channel on Coastal Gen, so little cheap plug there at the top. But you guys seem to like it. It's good to see Aaron doing vlogs again. So nice one, Aaron. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, what do you guys think about Duel? Let us know in the chat. What your speculations? What do you think is going to happen with the building and with the ride and everything? It's very exciting, isn't it? Mikhail, what do you think? Like, here's a question for you, Mikhail. Like, has it been? Does anybody know what's going on in the States about Duel? like over there, does anybody actually that you talk to over there actually like care?
That's going to be a resounding no.
Yeah,
probably.
I had a feeling. Yeah, I had a feeling.
I mean, yeah, no, not really. Like,
No.
I'll be completely honest. I won't be too brutal about it, but I'll be honest. Like, Duel is not a ride that I feel much of a significant connection to. I understand that other people do. So like, it's not really a ride that I speak about to many people. Like, I mean,
Sure.
It's a bit of fun to me. Like, it's like, especially when you've got alcohol in you.
Yeah,
but outside of that, it's not really one that is on my radar whenever I go to Towers. So it'll be interesting to see what they plan to do with it, though, and just see how they can, I suppose, reimagine the experience and stuff. I did see that photo that John Burton posted on Twitter of himself saying it's my
house now.
It's my house now. So that makes me think that he's going to play a major role in how it's going to how the experience is going to be revamped. He's probably going to be the creative lead on that project. And if his work with what's the Jumanji the ride at Gardaland is anything to go by, then it's probably going to be something of pretty good quality. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm really excited because Jill sat there and everybody, everyone now has been going like, oh, don't close Duel. Oh, but you can ride it. Like, people walk past it. Yeah. People walk past it, queued up for Wicker Man instead, queued up for Nemesis instead, Smiler. Like, and I think like it's a very good GP pleaser. Like when it's busy, when
busy
Tower,
days,
I hate that phrase. I hate, like, just guests that go there once a year, twice a year. Let's go with that instead.
Well, non-enthusiasts is what we
They
mean by
all,
it.
yeah,
isn't it?
they always love that ride. Like a lot of people say that they're looking forward to going on the Shooty Haunty House ride. Like when we go to Towers. That was from Laura's Twitter, by the way. That was pretty funny about a boss. A boss said that to her, like, when was it? Today? And she was like, ooh, it's not there anymore. That was pretty funny. Half Northern's Twitter. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah.
Proud.
So it was, it's one of them. Like,
also just side note, just shout out Laura in general, because like she's been like she's someone who's, you know, still very new to the community and stuff, and the way like she's been able to get to more events and just, you know, make herself known amongst people and just make an effort to make friends within this space, and everyone seems to have just welcomed her with open arms and really embraced her, which is
a lot of new
it's cool to see.
It really is. Like, I mean, a lot of new people who've joined events and stuff. Like myself, I've been going to more and more events, and I'm excited for Scaremazing with Towers Times. Oh my goodness, that is going to be incredible. Can't wait. Got a lodge again, so yeah, but it's not going to be 9 million degrees. So yes.
That was terrible.
We'll definitely sleep with the door closed this time, not open.
Without table blocking the doors.
That was so funny. I'm just gonna sneak outside. Yeah, all right, Aaron, no problem. Hey, put that fucking table there. So funny. Yeah, Scaremazing will be awesome. The last Towers Times event was amazing as well with John Wadley. If you didn't know, by the way, guys, Towers Times have put up the Q&A we had with John Wadley on the YouTube channel, so go check that out. They've also done a awesome POV of Duel, which is going to help us with Virtual Towers like massively. So thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Ads dropping hints there.
Oh,
tickets for that going on sale sooner than you think.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
It's amazing.
There you go. If it's anything like the John Wadley one, like you better have some sort of they're gone. Sold.
You better have multiple tabs are going to be necessary.
F5.
Karen Kemp says it 100% should stick with revamping all its old physical effects and electronics. I agree. Like it should still, if it's not like they should keep the physical effects.
Yeah.
If it's part of the story if they can, like it would be really good. You know, it'd be sad to lose some of them.
It definitely did need doing, because over the past few years, like seeing its progression each year, and it was just getting like more and more effects broken. The carts were slower as well. I found one ride I was literally crawling through. Like there was no speed at all. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
But yeah, it is exciting. Should hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I've always just liked the one thing I will say about Duel is just I've always just liked the positioning of the entrance facade in relation to where the rest of the show building is, and then obviously that whole area, like it's like
it hides it really well.
They do hide that building really well. Like at the very least from where you can from what you can see from in the entrance plaza, and I don't know if I'm going to go that far and say it's the best facade in the UK. But
what would you say is the best facade?
What
else is there? Am I missing something?
I would say Hex's is I prefer Hex's.
That's just a damn building. That's not a facade.
Well, like
that's just a historic like tower. Like
Well, I'm literally just thinking about just what you see as to be the entrance.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get that. I
would probably say that Duel's entrance facade is maybe better positioned to like be clearly the facade in like going back to my point I was making, just how it's presented in the area and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
I just really like Gloomy Wood in general. Like it's just such a nice place. It's a nice vibe when you're just walking around there. It's so weird because you jump out from the mine train. And then, like, you go down this windy path, and then all of a sudden, you just hit with this amazing looking building. and it's like a hidden away house, like in the middle of like a wood or a forest. It's they need to please Towers get rid of the Nitrogeny building that's there.
If you're not going to use it, then get rid.
Build a lawn for the house.
What if,
like, you know,
Duel is actually going up on Airbnb? That's the reimagining of it. You just get to go and stay in there as that's
you get to
extra hotel rooms, extra hotel capacity for the park. Airbnb it.
Airbnb, yeah, please. That'd be great.
I mean, to be fair, if they turned it into some sort of Scarefest hotel experience,
oh my god, that would be amazing.
That would be kind of interesting. No, and I mean we'll get into this as we progress with the Alton Towers news, but whatever the indoor experience like turns out to be, whatever route they decide to go down with that, I do hope it has the same sort of enclosed, hidden away entrance plaza and facade sort of setup. That's really enticing, and really it makes you ask a lot of questions in terms of its presentation, what the experience is going to be like, and then like, because I would love to see that for just from my own ideas. Like I would love to see that sort of presentation with like applied to an indoor coaster experience at Towers.
Yeah,
like I would love to see that.
Speaking of indoor coasters, shall we hop on over to Coaster Corner, where this Towers invites local residents to public consultation? Segue, love that. Mm-hmm. So what does everyone think about this? Like, all right, it's a consultation. Someone wrote a really sarky comment to me on the Facebook page. It was like, it's not much of a secret weapon, is it, if they're asking for a consultation? Which is wrong. It could still be a secret weapon just because they're being consulted on. They're putting a world-class attraction in, and they want to make sure that the people, the residents around Towers are not going to be like, no, you can't build that. It's too good. You can't do it. we can't. No, we can't. We can't take the coaches. We can't. Take
too
the roads. It's too loud. It's indoors. I just think I think it's really promising because they've invested heavy in that area. So you think about Gangster Granny and all that area, but then if you put this separate aside, because it's in a different, it's like right in the corner, like this is where all the coasters used to be back in the day. Like you had like a Wild Mouse, and was like Beast there at some point.
Yeah, so I
remember what was there.
I was looking at the photos that Towers Times shared on
Twitter.
Huge. Because like, yeah, I didn't know anything about that area. Like,
no, I didn't realize
how big it was or anything.
Big,
and then I looked at the photo and I was just like, huh.
All right, could literally put the Smiler indoors. Like that's a big area. That's massive.
Yeah. They shared another one where they literally put, the entirety of Smiler's footprint in there, and like it fits in comfortably.
Oh, yes, this one as well. Matt said, I live 12 miles away. Is that local enough to get into Consultation? If it's anything like Thorpe's, they will not check where you live, and it will be completely filled with enthusiasts. So, yeah, you're fine.
Just
go to it.
Just say, I pitched a tent once in Oakmore. It's fine. It's good. It's good now, but I'm really excited for this. I'm excited. Oh, it's just so exciting for Towers, isn't it? Like, it's about time we had stuff to talk about. I'm so glad they're doing Duel up. I'm really excited for that. And whatever they're planning in Coaster Corner is just, honestly, if it's an indoor coaster, I'm all for it. I'm for it. Let's go. More dark rides. We need more dark rides in this country.
A dark ride coaster.
A dark ride coaster.
That would just.
I wouldn't.
Cherry on top.
I've always said about
I'm being an indoor Smiler with 15 inversions.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. That'd be nuts. That would be nuts.
Just sticking the middle finger up at itself. That's a part.
But you can't see it, so it don't matter.
I've always said about Towers that
it'd be the cleanest coaster.
Like Towers has three. Three? Yeah. Well, I mean, two. Like
Hex, Duel, Gangster Granny.
Three dark rides.
Is there any else? Like, is there any in CBB's land that we don't know about?
They're all
no.
Decent to good, but none of them I would say are world-class dark ride experiences.
Oh, Hex! Come on, Hex is good. Hex is good. You could put Hex.
It's good.
Anywhere.
It's good. It's not a world come on now. You've spent 2 weeks over in Florida. You know what world-class dark rides look like.
Yeah,
now.
but I do like Hex. When Hex is working, everything works. on Hex.
I'm definitely not saying Hex isn't high quality. Hex is my favorite dark ride at Towers. Like it is good. It is very good. But
I know what you're saying though.
We want that bona fide. Like I would like to see that bona fide.
That is true.
World class e-ticket dark ride at Towers.
Rise of Resistance. No.
Along with I wouldn't even you don't even have to go that far.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Something like Symbolica at Efteling. Not necessarily in that same vein, but of that same magnitude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, something on that scale, whether it's a trackless dark ride experience or something with a similar ride system to, Amazing Spider-Man, the Transformers dark ride at Studios, something like that. That's always been my thing that I want to see next at Towers. But if they were to go with an indoor roller coaster, like with dark ride elements on that scale, I ain't say no to that. No. I ain't say not. You know, that meme of that black woman, I would like to see it.
I was thinking like a pre-show and then a pre-show before you like go up the lift hill or up a launch or whatever. Like proper like. I'm like gonna say like Guardians of the Galaxy it like go because that's not that crazy, if you strip back the 900 pre-shows you have to go through before you go on the ride, it's not that crazy.
Well, I mean, it's those pre-shows that make the ride, right?
Yes, it is.
From the perspective of someone who hasn't ridden it yet.
It is. Right. It really is. Yeah. Like without the pre-shows, the ride makes no sense. So it's good. I just wish they launched it and dropped it. Anyway, I digress. But I was just expecting more from it. I don't know what Sean's going to say about it. By the way, shout out to Sean, Joe, and Parks and Pints, because they managed to do drinking around the world at Epcot. They've done it. They did it.
Oh wow,
that's well done.
That man clearly studied the weather forecast hard for when he was over there, because the dude went over there in basically nothing but white t-shirts, apparently, because it's like every photo I see of him at a park over there, he's just wearing a plain white tee.
Do you reckon he just whacks one on when he's getting a photo taken? It's like, oh, selfie, 1 minute. He was wearing a black t-shirt today.
I was just about to say it's funny because he's over in Islands right now wearing a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's like the first non-white t-shirt I've seen him in the past like week and a half.
Yeah,
but yeah. Shout out to them. He's loving Velocicoaster. He mentioned something to me. I don't want to spoil it for when he gets into it, but
can't wait to hear.
I think his top 5's getting a bit of a shake.
Ooh, wow! Really?
That's all I'll say.
In the comments, let us know what you think Sean's number one's going to be.
Predictions of Sean's top 5.
Yeah, let's hear it. Ads. It said, not sure we'll get any major revelations at this consultation. Likely just to show a big box. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, it's just going to be, we're going to build a box. Are you okay with this size? Box?
There you go. No, you don't need to know what's going in the box.
No, just a box. Maybe that's what they'll call it, the box, and it'll just be this mad coaster in a box.
Or it'll be transparent and they'll just theme it to the cube.
Luke, do you have a Smiler Q-line bedspread?
Of all fucking...
No, I don't.
It does look like the Smiler's Q-line, actually.
It's from B&M. It flipped grey as well. Like, it's from B&M. Go buy one from B&M.
Matt said, just going back to Sean and Joe and Parks and Pints at Epcot. Like Matt was like, their tweets last night were hilarious. Oh, did you see what Parks and Pints were?
Yeah, what was like Sean doing?
The videos they were putting up.
Weird dance he was doing. And was it Abigail or Nicole who started?
Yeah, Abby doing the worm on the floor.
Yeah,
what's wrong with you idiots?
Oh man, that is something. That's bucket list, isn't it? Do a worm at Epcot.
I'm here for it.
James Free. Maybe they'll think outside the box. Not bad. That good band.
Get out.
Apparently, the entire world loves vodka.
I mean, yeah.
I like it. But yeah, crazy podcast. So, Towers, what do you think, guys?
We need to put some pints on here eventually.
Yeah, we need to get a lot of people on here. Like towards the end of the season, we'll just have to fire like guests on. Like, that'd be cool. So we've got a lot to talk about. Shall we talk about Busch Gardens Williamsburg? Do you want?
Yeah, speaking of indoor coasters,
keeping the theme going. Segue.
Speaking of indoor coasters, if anyone knows of Curse of Dark Castle, the dark ride that used to be at Busch Gardens Williamsburg that sadly got taken out after the 2018 season or 2019 season, I can't remember which.
Okay.
That was a dark ride that was it was heralded by not only just enthusiasts but just like people who went to that park very frequently. And it was really sad. It was really sad when it got taken out. It was one of the only indoor experiences that Busch Gardens Williamsburg had.
Right.
And it was something that people just loved to go and ride in the hot summers, as well, because Virginia's summers get like Florida's summers are a different kettle of fish, but like Virginia's summers aren't far behind. But yeah, they're finally using that show building. They're finally doing it justice, and we now have Dark Coaster. The tagline being "Escape the Storm," which I don't know how I feel about. But
storms are dangerous, man. You gotta escape them.
Well, yeah. They released a teaser video which looked kind of interesting. And it looked like they were including some elements of Dark Castle's old storyline, and
that's cool.
Yeah, the trains that they were using in the video were interesting.
Well,
sort of like
indoor straddle coaster.
Yeah, and that so I don't know what to make of that, because
it looks like the motorbike trains, but you sit the opposite way, so your legs are forwards rather than behind you.
Well, it's like they said it's a world first. I don't know if they were specifying with it being an indoor.
No, I think it's indoor. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because Wavebreaker at SeaWorld San Antonio uses the same trains.
So world first indoor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And hasn't this track been built for like a good few years? Am I saying that right? Like in that building? Because I'm sure like Coaster Studios took a photo of that. Like
no. So the track work is finished, but they've been using it as event space. Like they've put haunted houses in there for their Howler Scream event ever since Dark Castle.
That makes sense.
So like they've been using it as event space for their Christmas Town event as well. It's just been used for events up until now, when they had like a sort of like a press event where Coaster Studios was at, and they went on a tour of the of inside the building, and it was revealed that they finished the track work for it. And so at the moment, it is basically just a roller coaster in a box. So I'm just praying to every god that they're gonna theme it to a discernible level, and it's not just gonna stay as a coaster in a box.
Yeah, I think for UK listeners, I think that we should think of it as Velocity indoors. Basically, it's just gonna that's kind of how you're going to be sat realistically, like
kind of, but like Velocity's seats, like they sort of force you to sit in a motorbike position. Like you obviously,
so it's gonna be more like the Hagrid's position then, where you like sat up a little bit?
It's gonna be more like the Hagrid's position. Yeah.
Well, John here says he's rode the style of trains on Wavebreaker, and he says it's really fun. So cool.
Like it's gonna be a fun coaster. I'm expecting a coaster flight.
Just full of purple mist.
Just full of purple mist.
I get it.
Honestly, I really hope they do this ride justice with the theming level, the theming and presentation. Because Dark Castle needs to be done justice, like with how well I got the chance to ride it and experience it.
It's like them putting a coaster in Duel.
It's really well done. Yeah,
it's a similar thing. Yeah,
pretty much. It is kind of like that. And with Busch Gardens Williamsburg wanting to go basically to year-round operations now, like they want more indoor, attractions of high quality, to give people more things to do in the winter months when they can't have all of their coasters open.
Yeah.
So like this has a fair bit riding on it, not in the sense of, we're all expecting this mind-blowing indoor coaster experience or anything, but like it needs to be able to be something of a capacity machine for when people are visiting for their Christmas Town event. Because that Christmas Town event gets busy, and they need attractions to space out the crowds. And
that's what I like about the Florida parks, is that obviously it thunders and it rains in Florida a lot, but the dark rides carry on. They carry on.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's such a good idea. It's really clever, actually, how the mix they've got, which is cool. But yeah. Ads put some. It does seem a little bit like they took the indoor bit of a Bolton and then decided that was enough for a standalone ride.
Yeah,
I mean, it does
a little
look
bit
like that. Yeah,
a little bit.
So, shall we talk about the Top Thrill Dragster fiasco? What's going on with this?
Sure, yeah. And
so
I'm glad we talked about the BGW's coaster first, because Cedar Point rudely just decided to drop this on the same day that
you know what
BG Dub was announcing their coaster.
BG Dub sounds like a wrestling promotion. BG Dub.
It sounds like the restaurant Buffalo Wild Wings, what people call B Dubs.
What?
Yeah,
I want to go there. Sounds good.
It's all right. But yeah, no. Cedar Point announced, I think yesterday, that Top Thrill Dragster. Let me find the actual announcement, because the way they worded it, it was all in the way they worded it. They said that Top Thrill Dragster is going to be just retired, like Top Thrill Dragster as we know it is being retired. So the key is in the wording, and
but didn't it say it's a reimagined ride experience though, or something like that? Or
Cedar Point's legacy of ride innovation
continues.
There it is. Our team is hard at work creating a new and reimagined ride experience, which
LSM.
A lot of people have been saying LSM conversion.
That's been thrown around. Which fucking hope to God. Like,
no, but the thing is, it makes
if it sounds like Velocicoaster, that'd be cool.
For having, it's a landmark attraction.
Yeah, it's not
which they wouldn't want to get rid of. The only thing that's stopping them from reopening it is the fact the launch, and it wasn't even a launch; it was the braking.
It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with the launch. Why it's been down most recently.
I think it might be because of the fact that there are issues with hydraulic launchers with cable snaps, and they are very high maintenance.
Yeah.
and
especially one that long.
Just with the amount of times that like just looking at it from a devil's advocate position, like the amount of times, not necessarily the length of the downtime it has because of the launch. Sometimes it is, but but more so just the amount of times it goes down during just any given day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just because of sensor issues. Do you guys know how many sensors are down that launch track?
I'd imagine quite a lot.
The number is ridiculous. I can't remember. I've been told the number before. I can't remember off the top
There's
of my
a
head,
ballpark. What do you think ballpark is?
Somewhere in the. I couldn't even like
50s?
The 5. No, way more than that. Way
Really?
more, way more.
Whoa,
than that.
what?
Way more than that.
Wow.
No. Like it's a super long. Like I don't want to say a number and then for somebody to jump in the track. But like, you don't know anything. It's way more than that or way less than that. But,
just put it in the comments if you know it.
I've been told in the hundreds. Like wow. I've been told in the hundreds.
Yeah, I've seen an article says apparently hundreds of sensors.
Yeah, just on the launch track alone, and like they obviously all have to work in conjunction with each other. And if one of those faults or one of those fails, the entire launch system faults.
Yeah,
like
shuts down.
Yeah.
Nope, not going anymore.
Mm-hmm. And like I understand it from that perspective.
Yeah,
but dude, man, like for anyone who's ridden Top Thrill Dragster, like
not many of us. Like, chat, to be honest with you.
But like, just man, it. Like
I've been in Red Force.
I can't explain the feeling of just constant acceleration.
Yeah.
From 0 to 120 miles per hour. Like just constant acceleration, like on a hydraulic launch. Like to compare it to stealths, like stealth does have, just because I was asked this the other day. Stealth does have the stronger initial kick to it, like the way it just belts you out of the station.
Yeah,
like that initial kick is stronger, albeit not that much stronger. But dude, just like first of all, the feeling of just constant acceleration, just like the acceleration just seemingly not ever letting up, and then just hitting 120 miles per hour. Just the feeling of just going straight forward at 120 miles per hour, unmatched. Like unmatched. Like it. Oh man, I can't think that any sort of LSM launch can replicate that feeling. Like,
I mean,
I will say I haven't ridden Red Force. The things I hear about it aren't great.
No, it's more of a vibration up to the top of the hill. It's not really smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But the first launch in Velocicoaster packs a punch from a standing start.
It does. But
flings you.
It's not comparable in my opinion. In terms of just launches, just the launch. Like Velocicoaster's first launch isn't comparable. Taron's launches aren't. Tiger's launch, like LSM, like
is Furious hydraulic?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Hydraulic launches are all about just raw power and
max force. That's a good shout.
Doesn't
that bang when it takes off?
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, I've heard people saying about like the possibility of it being like being refitted with that pneumatic air launch as well, which I have no idea how
they have a whole host of problems with them.
Yeah, I have no idea how that would how that would even work, because I don't know if Intamin has ever done one of those.
Ring Racer. Yeah. I think so.
Look at how that turned out. It operated for about a day.
It ran out of there.
I think it was literally in operation for 4 days. It was less than a week.
Wow.
And then
insane.
and now it's just been sitting there ever since. But yeah, I'd said having done both King Dakar and Dragster, I'll bet they do. I'll bet they do pale in comparison to
absolutely sold myself on Dota Dumper, especially with the fake failed.
Yeah,
great. Oh, that's
I don't know how an SNS pneumatic air launch would work on a Dragster refitting. I don't know if Intamin has ever done that. I
don't know.
I feel like they've definitely advanced the technology though since. So whatever they're going to put on it, it's going to be something new. I've got a feeling it might be something new.
Yeah, with all this being said, it is Intamin we're talking about. Like they could very well.
They've made a lot of money in the last 4 years.
How about
true? And it's just like they could just the amount of times they innovate on their track design, on their train designs. They may well just fucking put a string of LSMs and make it the most powerful LSM launch that's been made.
The biggest fins known to man.
Or they just get the world's fastest and strongest men and just have a bunch of them running.
Just a bunch of strongman competition winners.
You get one of them hammers that you get at the fairground, and everyone hits it in the pre-show. I just tap it, roll back. Just tap it, ding, roll back. Is this the end of rollbacks though for Top Thrill Dragster as well? That's the thing. Like,
oh no, LSMs will still have rollbacks.
Yeah.
I
wonder if they'll put a fin at the top as well, like they did with.
I saw Fly rollback testing.
Yeah.
Rollback.
Oh
testing.
well, okay, yeah. Rollback testing is a thing.
You've seen Icon rollback
Icon. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just an Icon.
Icon's rollback test is fun. It's like
yeah.
But yeah, let us know in the comments and in the chat as well what you guys feel about Top Thrill Dragster and where you think it's going, because there's a lot of speculation and stuff, and obviously we're just throwing ideas around, but it's interesting. For me, I can't see them knocking it down because it's just been the skyline for so long. It's iconic, isn't it?
And the demolition costs to take that structure down, I don't even want to think about.
They'd have to take it down piece by piece. They couldn't drop it because it's so big. It's like
it's slap bang in the middle of the park as well.
Yeah, it's surrounded by a lot of things.
Yeah, it's surrounded by rides.
Which they would have to close as well to demolish it.
That's going to be an extremely costly and extremely intricate process in order to dismantle that thing.
Yeah.
So
to just put a 17 inversion Gerstlauer instead,
which will probably be rough in 20 minutes. No, no, I'm joking.
Unless it's indoors.
But yeah, I just
yeah, it would.
Yeah, I whatever they do, obviously they are very intent on redefining what Top Thrill Dragster is going to be. So like it said in the announcement, the dragster that we know, we're probably not going to get to experience anymore. So I just which is sad. Like, Dragster was in my top 10 for a long time. It's not anymore. But yeah, I just hope whatever they decide to do with it does justice and does all the justice and more to how iconic that ride has been, not only to the park but to the theme park world.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to get some mad dragster sponsor for it, and they're going to like proper do it up, paint it up, you know, like new cars, new trains, new launch system, soundtrack for the launch system, you know, something really cool, and give it some really good TLC and, you know, get it consistently running. Mm-hmm. I think what you said before, like, highlighted the problem to me straight away, is how it just goes down, just randomly goes down.
Yeah.
Because of a sensor. Like, surely See the Point going to be looking at that and going, there's got to be a better way into Min. There's got to be a better way. So it's like, because
it's just like
people go to that park to ride Top Thrill Dragster.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
It's a big draw. Big draw.
Like, and I mean, it's I don't know where Cedar Fair's relationship with Intamin is at the moment, because it is very story that like is because of all of the all of the reliability issues and inaccurate sort of like theoretical hourly throughput like capacities that have been given, and just like the lack of communication on certain things like between Cedar Fair and Intamin. Like those things have been pretty well documented. I don't know like how this sort of like moving through this project with one of Cedar Fair's most storied Intamin coasters, how this is going to go. Like it's gonna be very intriguing to watch, to see what transpires.
Maybe it'll do a complete 180 and be like the best thing for them ever. Like it could be the start of a brand new relationship with them, and it, you know, could really turn things around. I hope that's the case, because we need more Intamins. Like I just love Intamin coasters. Like, I'm just massive fan.
Intamin are my favorite manufacturer at the moment.
They really have, like, since riding Velocicoaster. It's like got Taron in December as well. I'm just like so excited. I'm so excited for Intamin, and then we've got everything that's coming as well.
You're basically gonna do almost exactly what I did last year.
Yeah,
is ride Velocicoaster
pretty much,
and then go ride Taron, and then go ride Taron in December.
Sean's the only one that's done it in the right order, and potentially James. So it's like it's one of them. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I had ridden Taron before riding Velocicoaster, but yeah.
But last year you rode, yeah.
Then last year I rode it at Wintertron when Taron is at its best. So like
that's when we're going. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah,
I cannot wait to see your reactions.
Where I mentioned Fly's rollback testing. It's a very weird thing to be stood at the front, like where the queue is for pre-queuing, and just see the train go normally past you, and then come backwards. Okay, no, because they have to launch it back off of the second launch.
Yeah,
they have to launch backwards for it to go. It's a very odd experience. It's just coming back.
That's always the recovery protocol with LSM coasters. But just to see
to see
the
icon,
just to see the train just pop up out of the tunnel again, like just backwards.
A
flying coaster train at that
just pop up out of the tunnel. It goes all the way back.
Yeah,
it goes so far back.
Really, literally takes.
It goes quite far back. Yeah.
Wow, cool. I'll never forget when Andy Highgate, is that how you pronounce his name? Blackpool came over the tunnel. I was like, hello. Right, this is the overspeed launch, which none of you will get to experience ever. And then they just sent Icon over. It was like, whoa, get me on that. That thing flew.
Just give me a number. Just give me a number and I will write on a check.
Just give me a check. It'll bounce, but give me a blank check. You know?
It'll bounce.
At least I'm honest.
It'll bounce after you.
Yeah. So it's everyone's saying.
Techno Andrew said, "I'm glad I did Taron before Maverick."
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
That's
Don't even go with Maverick, man. That is a reason why I go to see the point. Maverick is one of the reasons why I go.
For sure. That's interesting. I did ride Maverick before Taron, I think. I did.
Where do you rate Maverick with Taron then?
I ranked Taron ahead of Maverick just because of the theming level that Taron is on, and then Taron has the more comfortable seats and the more comfortable restraints.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with it.
The layout details can go either way, because like both of them have sort of like their strengths and weaknesses, but Taron is the more comfortable ride experience, and you know me, you know how much I love world building and theming and presentation and stuff. Taron just annihilates Maverick in that respect.
What's wrong with the Wild West, man? Like it looks cool.
It'd be nice if there was more of it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, from
what Maverick has is nice. There's just not that much of it.
Yeah, they took the hotline roll out, man. That would have sealed it.
I will say Maverick does have. Sorry to cut you off. Like I will say Maverick has a few more of the just like the super aggressive whippy moments. Like Maverick, like Taran has a few of those, and they're in rapid succession. But I would say Maverick has maybe stronger versions of that.
Someone like doing the dishes in the background.
Yeah.
All right, just the elephant in the room.
This is a working household.
It's an active house, just like Duel, stuff going on. You know, he's building a dark ride in the kitchen. Just ignore what's going on. It's a construction site. It's all good. Do you want to talk about this Gurst that you've brought up then? This invert. I can't pronounce the name.
I mean, I don't. Tussenfried, I think it is.
Oh, so it is Tussenfried. Okay,
I think so. I had just heard about this. I haven't actually gotten the chance to watch these myself.
It looks good. It says that it's a suspended triple launch coaster.
Yeah.
From Gerstlauer. So that's interesting. There is a POV. I'll drop the link in the chat, and you guys can check it out. It is an animated one, so take it with a pinch of salt. But there it is.
You can share your screen, can't you?
No, I'm not going to do that. Can't bother. Not doing it.
Fair enough.
Straight up. I've got too many screens open, man. It's mad, honestly. But yeah, it looks fun. It looks really cool. It looks interesting. The layout looks intriguing. The inversions look cool.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how a Gurst.
That's a lot of support.
Going to ride.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, have Gurst done an inverted coaster before?
I think they've done.
That's a good shout. It's like an inverted version of Gold Rush. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a little bit.
Slag Haran.
Yeah.
Slag Haran.
Slag Haran.
Slag Aaron. Aaron's a slag. Slag Aaron.
You slag.
Slag.
Yeah, it is a little bit like an inverted Gold Rush. But yeah, I think Gerstlauer has done a family invert before.
Ooh.
I think there's one I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name or the park it's at, the park that it's at. But I think they have done a family invert before. I don't think they've done an invert an invert that goes upside down.
They have a family suspended coaster, which is.
So shout out to FABH Adventures on YouTube for doing that.
A word that I can't say.
Nice No Limits work, man.
It's Lipo Vitan Rocket Luna in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's family suspended. Yes, but
Speaking of Luna, shall we?
Oh yes.
Segue.
So Liseberg have released the POV of the Vekoma Junior Boomerang Luna, and it looks good. It looks
really fun. I'm not sure if I can't remember if it's a custom layout or if it's one that Vekoma have already done before. But
it looks custom because of the spike.
Yeah,
apart from the spike.
But yeah, and I think the positioning of where this is going to be in the park as well. I think they plan to put it somewhere on the hillside. So there's going to be really, really nice views of either the park or you might be able to see some of Gothenburg at its highest point. But yeah, that's going to be fun to see unfold.
And the whole
I really
area.
want to go to Liseberg.
What? Yeah, same. Like for years.
I almost
I know you did. You almost
literally on the page about to pay for flights.
And Helix was closed.
Yeah,
but like just that park just looks so good.
Yeah,
it looks so good. I can't wait.
It just looks like your quintessential amusement park. It looks like it maximizes on the quirkiness and the charm of your traditional amusement park, and just to such a beautiful level. Like in this, maybe not to the same degree as somewhere like Tivoli in Denmark, but like in the same vein. From what I've seen,
it's hard to like step away from the fact it's in the middle of a city. Like it is hard to break that away. It's like on Planet Coaster when you choose your backgrounds, like you choose city, and that's what Gothenburg looks like from outside the park. It's one of them. So it is what they've got with the land they've got, considering they've got a massive mountain in the middle of it. Is like it's stunning. The place looks stunning. It really does.
Yeah, that new area that Luna is going in does look cool, especially with the nebulas.
That'll Liseberg is indeed very nice. Yeah. Ben's here as well.
The nebulas that they're going to be getting in the arrow as well. That'll be quite cool on the edge of a hillside.
For sure. Yeah.
Especially when people are getting off below you and you're up there. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get stuck up there for ages.
Yeah. Speaking of Gotham,
just trying to fly through these.
I am. I've been up since 4:30. I've been up since ridiculous, ridiculous. But yeah, no. Because I want to touch on that subject we were going to talk about. We'll get onto it. But yeah, the Batman Intamin construction. What have you seen? Because I've not seen anything in this, Mikhail, since we last looked at it.
Yeah.
What's the change?
I mean, what did we even?
We saw the launch was starting to come out of some sort of building. That's what we saw last, and then it was going to be the stalling version over the pathway or something.
Yeah. So from what I can remember, because I mean, I just go onto Instagram every now and again. There's a few Spanish enthusiast pages, I think, that are pretty active with long time no see. That are pretty active with giving construction updates on it now that track work is well underway and it's going to be close to completion soon. Yeah, it looks like they're already getting started on the low to the ground theming elements, and it looks like they're starting to do up the station building and what looks like it could be like a pre-show building as well.
Nice.
And I just have everything crossed that we're going to have the first launch, just shoot out of the Batcave. And
if they ain't going to do it, someone's going to do it eventually.
Someone fucking better.
They're better at do it.
Yeah, and actually, shout out Projection as well. He knows a lot. He knows a lot about this project as well. He actually lives in Spain. So do
it NL2. So, do a render of it, man. Get one.
So and yeah, in terms of he said a lot of work is being done on the station building at the moment. In terms of the track work, what I've seen is that it looks like they're wanting to get all of the pieces of track in from the third launch over to through the. It looks like it's going to S-bend before hitting the stall, which the stall's supports look fucking huge. It's gonna go. I think I had mentioned before how it's gonna go over a bridge that is currently used for a Gotham show. I don't think it's a bridge that's actually used as a pathway. I think it's a bridge for a Gotham show that they do there. But that bridge does cross over a pathway anyway. So you're going to be able to you're going to be able to see some great angles of the stall going over that bridge. And they Marcus. I can't wait to see this guy in a few weeks.
There you go. Mikhail, I get cuddles from you in a month.
Yeah.
There you go. What's up, Marcus?
Can't wait to see you, baby. But those bars stumble on my mind.
That S-bend then is that going to be up? Is that going to be banked up and then into the stall?
So I think it's gonna make a left turn out of the third launch and then it's gonna transition right. So it's gonna be like a left to right and then go up into the stall. But just the way that it's probably going to be really quick, and the way it rolls into and out of the stall as well, it's going to be really whippy. We were thinking when me and Projection have talked about it in the past, we were thinking that it'll probably roll the short way out, kind of like how Velocicoasters rolls out, but it's rolling the other way. So it's going it's going the long way around, which means it's going to be an even whippier entry and exit, which is I'm so happy they went that way. That's gonna be real good. But yeah, with the S-bend before it, I was I couldn't help but think I just wish they'd have gone with an S hill for it to for it to like go up into like an S hill and then duck back down and then go up into the stall instead of just rising up, because that would just be like a real just boom boom kind of moment. Like you hit S hill and then you get flipped upside down into the stall. Like that would be sick.
Imagine that towards the end of Velocicoaster where you do that S hill up and then stall.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
that is so cheeky. That little bit at the end of Velocicoaster is just perfect. It is perfect.
Literally just
you look at it and you think, oh, it's just meandering a little bit into the brakes. Nope. No, it's not.
No, not at all. Just like the way the rapid fire nature of the moments just speed up right at the end up until the brakes is just it's the perfect finish.
Yeah, everyone go over to Wolf Raging 95's channel and check out his No Limits work. It's stellar. It really is. It's in the link in the chat. Check it out. So we've got a few questions in there actually. There was one about pre-show. Who said it? Where is it?
It was Ben, I believe.
Ben?
Do you guys have a? Oh yeah, he said. Do you guys have a favorite pre-show?
Where is it?
A little bit further.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah.
I do really like Wickerman's. I love the smell in that room. Oh.
I really do like Wickerman's just because like I'd only seen it on YouTube up until seeing it, you know, in person at the beginning of this season, and like it's much better in person. I think there's much more gravity to it,
and what everyone's saying, Fly.
Yep, that's the one I was gonna say.
that's all you need to know.
I know nothing about that, so nobody's saying anything about it.
Conversation over there. Fly is unequivocally my favorite. The music,
the lighting and everything.
I'm gonna have to go Cosmic Rewind for just the amount of pre-shows.
How many pre-shows?
the sheer volume of them.
Sheer volume of them is ridiculous.
200, wasn't it? Or...
The whole fucking queue line is a history tour of Xander. Like it's mad. It's crazy.
But isn't that what you want though? Like
that's what you want.
Isn't that what you want for a queue line, for there to be so much going on that
you want Terry Crews and Batista calling you morons? That's what you want.
Yeah. Like that's definitely that's how I would want any queue line to be.
Yeah, I honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind was I got my boarding group for it, and I was just that excited. I ran to it. I was like, I'm gonna miss it. Like, you can't, like, unless you like leave the stage, you can't really miss it once you get it. So I got in there, and it was pretty busy. Like I was like, thought boarding groups would stop all this, and but I got in there, and I was literally queuing from the circle as you go in. If anyone's seen any walkthroughs of it, and then it shows you like models and the screens, people talking to you from the movies and stuff. It's crazy. And then you get thrown into one room, a load of stuff happens. You get thrown into another room, and then a corridor, and then you go into another room, and then you literally start to board like from the station. But the way they do it is just really clever.
Yeah.
The coaster itself, not too bad. It doesn't. Pales in comparison to the pre-shows. Like that's my opinion on it anyway. It just doesn't live up to the hype of the pre-shows. But like, and the ending's a bit crap as well. Like you just go past the screen and you just go, "Hey, well done, you survived." Like, and the group goes, "I am good," and then that's it. And that's literally it. But the Tower of Terror pre-show is pretty unbeatable. I didn't get to go on. I didn't get to go on the Tower of Terror, so that's going to be
pre-show's a good
like.
one.
When I went, it was
so good. It's
so busy.
Yeah. It's so good at raising suspense. That pre-show.
I imagine.
Like that is a masterclass in how to raise tension for a ride. For sure. I will say I do have to say just Velocicoaster's pre-show video and the sort of like the cage pre-show before you launch into the first launch. Like I won't say they're the best that I've seen.
It's very fitting.
I just really like them. Yeah,
it nails the vibe, man. It nails the vibe of the whole
for sure
theme.
Especially like obviously Claire Deering and Owen Grady just chatting shit in the video. That back and forth banter between them two.
We're live. Good. Don't do it.
There's so many quotables in that video, and it's just fun to say along with them.
It's great.
And then the
very Oblivion. It was very Oblivion pre-show. Like, it was like the Dark Lord was like, it's not safe. It's not safe.
Sure,
and
and then
it is, it's perfect. It's fine.
In the pre-show, the pre-show before the launch, I just love the sound. I just love the sound of the coaster's engines whirring as you're getting ready to go.
Yeah,
and
the lights.
That's all. I won't go too deep on Velocicoaster.
The cage, and then the yeet. That is literally.
That sounds really dodgy out of context.
Yeah, we're talking about Velocicoaster. Just throwing that out there.
The lights, the cage, the yeet.
The yeet. Kinky. Sounds like a good night in Florida. No, but sounds
like a good night in Kissimmee. We're gonna have to have like chain dogs quotes taken out of context at some point. We need an editor. We need an editor to do that kind of stuff for us. We can't do it. We haven't got time. But yeah, what are your guys' favorite pre-shows? Let us know in chat. Thanks for the question, Ben. Appreciate it.
I actually forgot that.
Sorry. Before we, I was just gonna say before we carry on, Marcus saying just know you can't throw up off the bus. First of all, I'm gonna say I'm not the person you should be telling that. You should be telling Nate that. He'll know what I'm talking about. But Nate is the one that needs to be given that warning.
Takes Dugram, man. Stop you throwing up.
But
I don't think it's motion sickness. I think it was the alcohol.
Oh no, alcohol creates motion sickness. Yes. Motion sickness.
But
stops
that Stumble weekend in Atlanta, especially the Saturday, that's gonna be a dangerous day. I'll say that much.
Wow.
That's gonna be an interesting weekend.
Someone has to do a worm though to outdo Pints and Parks. Like someone has to do a worm.
Yeah.
But
back to the pre-shows. Yeah, Ads just said Fast and Furious Supercharged. The one good part of that, the one actually good part
I didn't even go in studios until the last day. I'm proper gutted about that. Shouldn't have bothered with SeaWorld. Should have gone there instead. But I really like the room. It's not a pre-show, but it is a pre-show. The room you get thrown in on Hagrid's, like the doors are still open. You're stacked as well. Like after it closes.
Yeah.
But if you get in there and they close the doors, that happened to me on my second ride. I actually got to see the whole pre-show from start to finish. I was like, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's really good.
Another one as well. The pre-show on Escape from Gringotts over in studios.
Yeah.
Really fucking good.
Yeah, that's
really good. Really
Again,
good.
The pre-show beats the ride for me. The whole queue experience on Gringotts beat the ride for me.
It's so funny. It's so funny because like
it really did.
I think I might have said this when you did your Florida recap that the first time I rode both Escape from Gringotts and Forbidden Journey, I like vastly preferred Forbidden Journey to Gringotts. I really didn't think Gringotts was much of anything. That was back in 2017. And then when I went back last year, I much preferred Gringotts to Forbidden Journey. It was weird. It just did a complete 180. I just thought Gringotts was so much more well done and encompassing in its own storyline as well. Whereas Forbidden Journey, I just found just to be like a sort of great hit sort of medley of all of the most favored Harry Potter movie moments and stuff.
Yeah, it was very if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's like amazing.
Yeah, which I am, so I still enjoyed it.
It's your Rise of Resistance, basically. That's what it is for Harry Potter fans. And like I just didn't enjoy the ride experience at all. Like I suffered from motion sickness quite badly, and I came off that ride in a state. I was not ready for it. Like I enjoyed it, like it was cool, the effects, you know the way it works, but it just really got to me, and I was like, it's a shame. That's a shame because it took away from it. But yeah, I can imagine someone who big Harry Potter fan in a wimp with motion sickness would enjoy it, you know. So, but Gringotts was cool, but it just felt like it was just it was a similar format of Journey, like scene, screen, you know. The technology in the coaster is incredible. Can't take that away from it. the tilt section and stuff like that. It's really good, but it wasn't all that. I came off it like, yeah, it was all right. It was good. The queue was great. Going into Gringotts Bank was amazing. That was like, that was fucking incredible. Like, you can't take that away from it. And the lift and everything, and the fact that it's weird though. You go in the lift, you go down, and you have to go back up some stairs. Yeah. That's strange. But it was cool. I don't like the way everyone claps in the station at the end though. When you get, it's like everyone, all the ops team clap, so everyone starts clapping. It's like
that's just a universal thing. They do that.
Yeah. But everyone was clapping, and I was like, no. No,
I refuse.
No. Do not clap for me.
Take my glasses, sir. Goodbye.
I had nothing to do with this.
I did not clap.
Subjective. Yeah. Ben says not sure if any of you had the pleasure of riding it, but Back to the Future pre-show was magical. Yeah, I did Back to the Future, but when I was 11 years old. So I can't remember it. I do remember enjoying it, but I can barely remember anything from Back to the Future. One that I will say that I haven't actually done, but everyone who's done it fucking won't shut the fuck up about it. Kanan's pre-show.
Oh yeah,
apparently world class.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
Kanan's looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
As a ride.
Yeah.
I can't think of any more.
It's like the ride that is, and then pairing that with, from what I've been told, a really good storyline, just really good theming in general, theming and presentation.
Yeah. And
then an elite like pre-show and loading system like combined together. Yeah. Like this, it's supposed to be really, really, really high quality, really high level.
I will say one more pre-show, and I've only seen 3/4 of it, but I've seen 3/4 of it pretty well, was Walking Dead the Ride. That's got a solid pre-show. That's good.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about Walking Dead.
It's good. And you've got to think about Darren Brown's Ghost Train as well. The pre-show on that's great. So we can do them. So, if Towers are going to build a new indoor coaster or something indoor, and it has pre-shows, we know that Merlin can do it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and they're going to be thinking at Towers, Wicker Man was our last pre-show, and everyone raves about it. So this has got to be fucking good. This has got to be good.
Ben said when people clap when the plane lands, stop having energy, you knobs.
Stop having energy after a 9-hour flight, you knobs. That's a bit, Ben. That's a bit.
I love funny. That so much.
That's great. Thank you for flying right now. James, we're clapping when we land.
Oh, you can fuck right off.
Stop having energy after an 1.5-hour flight, you knob.
Is it even an hour and a half? Actually, no, yeah, it is from Manchester.
Yeah, from Manchester it is. But yeah.
It's only about an hour from Stansted.
Yeah, the corridors in Walking Dead the Ride, even when you come off it, like, even when I first did X, like, it was, even though...
Didn't I jump scare you in X's exit corridor one?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Because there's loads of, like, gaps where you can hide.
There's loads of
gaps. I ran off and hid.
The first time I did the Walking Dead the Ride, though, I was really shocked, because obviously I've not ridden that since X No Way Out. Or X, whatever, the Rave Coaster X, whichever one that was. X, yeah. It was fun, and I loved X. It was one of my go-to rides. Bit bored after dinner or something, like, let's go have a rave. It was fun. But when I got off Walking Dead the Ride, I said to you, James, didn't I? I was like, that is a good ride. That is one of my favorites there. It's just so well done. Like, the way it backs up and pretends it's run out of juice and then it fires off again. It's so clever. Like, we know Merlin can do these things as well. And I believe John was creative lead on that as well, I think. So if he's creative lead on these new projects now, which John Wadley pretty much said in that Q&A, it was like, John Burton is now.
Well, John Burton did say that it
basically
is his house at Duel.
Yeah. So yeah, you can only imagine that he's had he's dipped his toes in the water with what he's been thinking about. So do us justice.
I wonder how much like
that must be so much.
Those two. I wonder how much John Wardley is instilling in terms of his.
He's basically
in terms of his create. No. I'm talking like I wonder how much John Wardley is instilling in John Burton in terms of his creative mind and creative tendencies and stuff. Because like if I have no idea how much they talk or anything. I don't know either of them personally.
It seemed like. Have you watched the Q&A yet from Towers Times?
No, I haven't.
You should watch that.
I've been so stacked. Like I've been so busy.
If you can't watch it, listen to it because he really praises John. He really praises John. He literally like puts him over like so bad. It's like, yeah, this guy, a million magic making. They're just on form. Like he said, everybody should be excited what's coming because he's excited about what's coming. So if John Wardley's excited about what's coming and he's seen it all, hasn't he? Basically, then he even said as well, like what technology is being, where do you see technology and stuff? How's it coming along? And John was like, it's coming along here, like at Towers. So it's like we're going to get probably a new world's first in this new. If it is this building, that's going to be SW9. I'm presuming it is because it looks like it's a big area. So it's either a really big trick-or-treat town or it's going to be, imagine it's just actually a village indoors. That'd be amazing. With like 7 ghost trains in it, just like going off. That'd be mad. But no, I'm so excited. I really am. I can't wait, man. Nemesis retrack. I mean, that's been like overshadowed.
It's kind of been brushed to the side a little bit.
Yeah,
like it's almost like everyone's forgotten
so
that
much.
Like that hasn't been confirmed yet, has it? Like
what?
No, that
it's actually going to happen.
No,
no.
They Towers put in the planning application for it.
They submitted a questioning of lawfulness, basically.
Right.
It wasn't even a planning application. It is, are we legally allowed to do this?
Are we legally allowed to do this? And they got the response that they were legally allowed to do it. Right?
Presume.
I think that there was something that got everyone was just like Nemesis getting retracked, even though there was no confirmation of it whatsoever.
They're gonna put sand in the track.
It is that, but yeah, it's not being confirmed.
Very true, Sam. Towers didn't confirm Duel was closing. He's not wrong.
There you go. They got a certificate of lawfulness, so they are legally allowed to do it, but they haven't confirmed whether they are doing it.
They haven't confirmed whether they're.
I wonder if this Duel, whatever, it's not even Duel anymore, is it? I wonder what they're doing in this repossessed house, and what they're doing in this box has put that back a little. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because it seems like they're spending a hell of a lot of money.
And it seems like they are. It seems like they have multiple other projects that they are. Working through as well. And I've not I don't know about you guys, but I've not heard a single person say Nemesis has run badly this year. Everyone thinks everyone's saying it's running great. So this is like maybe Towers maybe we don't quite need this just yet.
That ride, James, when you got back on and we headed back to the headed back to the lodge to get stuff ready. That ride we had before you got back on was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
It was as ridiculous the next ride. So
never experienced Nemesis at that pace. It was.
Yeah. Everyone at the the last couple of events. Go on.
Dual refurb. Homes under the hammer. The ride.
Honorable mention to Out and Back Travel. Make sure you check them out.
Amazing.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition, yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, like
engine room,
like the last couple of events, the PBE event, the Towers Times events, like everyone who's like got on a ton of rides on it recently in past weekends has just been like, it's running beautifully, like it's running perfectly.
They're probably running it fast because they're like, yeah, we're getting rid of it soon.
If we break it, it's fine.
Track on it, bolt flies off or whatever, we'll just weld it and off we go, sand it down, go, it's open.
Well, wait to put a depressing spin on it. Thanks for that.
They probably are though. They're probably running it into the ground because they know they can. I presume they know they can. Yeah. Everyone presumed it was happening next season. Towers hasn't confirmed any timeline. Yeah. That's very true. But Wardley did say that he's been involved with whatever's happening to Nemesis. But
yeah, he said if or when it happens, not it is happening. It's if/when.
And they put out messages to a lot of people, didn't they? And they all turned around and said, "Don't mess with Nemesis." So like that is it's a big statement. Like for theme park industry, professionals to say that's a big statement. Shows you how good Nemesis is. Like it's aging. It's aging. Like last year and the year before.
Ben's heading out. Have a good night, Ben.
Good night, Ben.
Yeah. Cheers, Ben. Hope you're doing well, mate. Catch up soon. It's been running okay, but I feel like this season it feels hot. Like it feels like it's got something to prove. Like it's just going around that track, just proving that it's a beast, literal beast.
But yeah, as Sam said, and like adds, Towers hasn't confirmed any timeline, but Towers' communication hasn't been the best.
I was about to say,
considering they never actually announced Duel's closed.
Yeah, Sam mentioned that before. Towers' communication. Oh, here we go.
Been announced to general public that it's closed at all. They haven't put any posts out on Twitter or Facebook.
Do they need to properly announce it though? I mean, like just on the other side now, just like. We think
about all these other parks.
I mean,
have been closing rides, and they've said it's closing this date. Get your last rides on.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the kind of
Towers just put a little sign up in the ride, so you had to go and ride it to know it was even closed.
This is the kind of stuff that we talk about with parks being transparent about. And I mean,
it's a cool way that they've done it, but yeah.
Just like Ico said, Towers still hasn't acknowledged that Hex is closed.
And Enterprise is still listed as open on the website as well.
Enterprise is dead, mate.
Enterprise is in
that area.
Bits. There's no ride there anymore.
Jungle. It's a jungle. Like spray the weeds. At least just make the place look nice. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like an overgrown
definitely don't think
this is literally like under that umbrella of important information that needs to be communicated as
this is
clearly as
I think the Nemesis retrack is something that is of major importance to
announce. All of it literally all of it. Like it's in terms of just the Nemesis retrack, and obviously you want to time the announcements accordingly, but like from the Nemesis retrack to Duel closing to Hex being closed to Enterprise being closed, like all of it, like people are going to these places for the rides. They need to know what's open and what isn't. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, there you go. I think that sums it up. I think Duel, John says, I think Duel, they should have announced it was going. Not every fan of the park is as plugged into the enthusiast community to realize it's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah. Spot on. Couldn't have said that any better.
If for some reason the Nemesis retrack does happen next year, it should have been announced. It should have been announced by now, because if they announce it now, you've only got just over a month to get last rides on it.
Yeah.
Think of all the parks in the US. They announced it at least half a year before it closed for people to come and ride for the last time.
Wildcat at Hershey Park got announced in like July or something like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it did close in July. So, but like they announced it with a lot of time to go get last rides on it before it closed.
Yeah, we've got obviously some sad news as well. The Ultimate has been confirmed to decommissioned.
Another part.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd completely forgotten about it.
So that's definitely a no-go. Some scrap metal SBNO right there. That's sad for a lot of people. A lot of people.
I never got to
Valley
ride it.
was the first first pack we went to. You were happy to leave Yorkshire, though. Let's put it like so. It's sad for a lot of people, but like Water Valley are not targeting the enthusiast audience anymore. They're going for more family based. So good luck to them. But I hope someone picks up the
Ultimate with younger kids specifically.
Yeah, Gulliver's Market basically, isn't it?
Sorry, I completely forgot that they had done that.
What's that?
But don't worry, you can do the Ultimate VR egg now.
Oh, stop!
I forgot about the egg.
Oh, Sam, why? The ultimate VR experience. Egg.
Oh,
egg.
That's depressing.
Yeah, F in chat for the ultimate.
I find that more depressing than the ultimate closing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we've got obviously Hex is still closed. Enterprise is closed. Duel is now closed. We're lacking on some rides for Scarefest, aren't we? Like, it's I mean, they've put in some new. What was it called? The Invitation to the Graveyard or something? What was it called? The new thing, James? What's it called? The Invitation to something. What is it called?
I think it was just the Invitation.
Might have been. But yeah, we're speculating with the headphones that it's going to be another Darkfield experience. Yeah,
it's got to be.
But knowing Towers, it'll probably be a bit bigger than Forbes.
The way that both marketed it was an all new experience. Yeah, it was the Invitation.
I loved in the video though. Like,
so yeah, both was marketing it as a experience, not a new maze.
Yeah.
Forbes, cool concept. I didn't like
not
how
buying
Forbes did it.
No,
but even if it's the exact same type of thing of just an audio experience, the way Towers have marketed it makes it look a lot better than what Forbes did.
You get thrown into an oven.
Yeah, that's a bit of a. I don't think many people know that actually is an oven.
That's an oven
that they use to film.
That is an oven. But that's hilarious. I loved it. It's such a good video. I loved it. Yeah. You've also got Drayton Manor as well. Night at the Manor, which looks awesome. Which should be going to. It should be cool. We've got a couple of mazes, I think, and some other stuff, and about the train and like there's a train ride, like a scare train ride with live actors or something. It's looking good. Vikings party. They said as well in Vikings Land. So that's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot to do this Scarefest. I'm just a bit.
And with people saying about
what
the Invitation being under the Scare Mazes headline on the website, I genuinely think that's just because they didn't want to add an extra line because it would look shit.
This couldn't be bothered doing
I don't think you could read into that. Genuinely, I think it's because they didn't want to add another line.
I think everyone needs to get it out of their head that it's going to be something to do with Duel. It's not. I can't see it at all being anything to do with Duel. If it is, it is. If not, then I just can't see it. I personally can't see it because Scarefest doesn't really reach out to around there. It's usually around the towers and, as far as where the welcoming used to be, really. It's not. It doesn't really stretch further than the Dark Forest Scarefest, so it'll be interesting to see. They have yeah, but they have cleared out a lot of the obviously Toxic Junkyard's gone now. That's a big space.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
It makes sense. It's the type of building that with the whole choosing your casket thing, which is literally you're gonna be lying in a coffin of sorts.
In an oven. Freshly baked.
But that building, they can easily dress that to be
anything.
The burial. And the whole
anything.
And the other thing, which was the descend into the burial.
Yeah.
Most crypts are underground. It's not going to go in Subterra's building. Subterra's building has very bad flooring still, and they cannot replace that within the month.
I don't think anything's happening with Subterra. Maybe
something's
next
happening.
Year. If
something's
Nemesis,
happening with it.
If Nemesis doesn't get retracked this year and gets retracked next year, they've got a year to get Subterra back to cover that closing of Nemesis. So someone's got a reason to go to Forbidden Valley other than Galactica. At PB event, they said there's a new maze going into space previously occupied by Toxic Junkyard from where Razmat. So you say it? Yeah.
With Razmataz. With Razmataz.
With Razmataz. There you go. Oh, cool. That's good. Nice. So, yeah.
And yeah, Lakeside.
Sidefield.
Yeah.
It's around that area, isn't it? So, yeah, I think.
So, with the fact that they said apparently at PBE it was maze.
Yeah.
Maybe it is audio and then the end
is a scare maze out.
Could type be. Of deal, which would be cool.
Yeah.
Mixing two different experiences together.
I'm more excited than that than standing in a room with headphones on telling me that there's some scary monster behind me and then I look behind me and there's a flashing light.
So I looked into how Darkfield do it. It's never you're stood there. It's always in some sort of themed environment. So they've done this one on a plane where you are literally in a container, but when you're in a container, you feel like you're on a plane. It looks like a plane and everything. Thorpe, they've got the cryopods that you're going to go into. This looks like you're going into a casket. It's always you're enclosed, so you've already got that.
That's interesting. They also said mostly indoors. Right. The problem with Toxic Junkyard was it sucked during the day. It sucked. It sucked ass. Unless it was cloudy and foggy, it sucked. It was a completely different beast at night. It was so much more fun at night. And, you know, if you're walking around...
Is that just down to it being outdoors?
Yeah. Like, just out... And the fact that you're
any
so
outdoor
close
attraction.
to Skimble, you can see everything around you from a,
like,
you know, things. Just
when I did platform, when it wasn't fully dark, it was like getting dark, but wasn't fully.
But it takes away from
shit.
it. Yeah,
it's a
shame. It's not the maze's fault. It's the environment the maze is in. If Toxic Junkyard was indoors properly, like enclosed, it would have been so much better because you don't have an horizon to see at all. You know, that's what I like about the attic and Mine Tours is that you're just constantly moving. Like you're constantly moving into darkness and you don't know what's coming. With Toxic Junkyard, everything was spaced out because it was outside and they had so much room. Like they could have done that a little bit better, but obviously they had. It was what was it called? The Freak Show, right? The Freak Show was before it in that area. So I think they were just kind of like, we've taken the Freak Show, we've thrown them they've got their own scrapyard. That's basically what it is. Which works. It was good, but it was good at night. During the day, it was fun getting chased by chainsaws at the end of the day, but you could see them coming a mile off and you could see the rat runs during the day and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, Junkyard, had to be made an outdoor maze for the COVID. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But it didn't the year after. The year after it didn't. They could have, done more to enclose it and stuff. But I just think that if it was indoors, it's a shame because I did like the theme. I loved the theme. The crazy Joker theme, the crazy like going to Joker's junkyard sort of thing. That's what it felt like. It felt like there was a big atmosphere in there, and it just took away from it outside. If I'm wearing headphones outside, and I can see like clouds and stuff, it's going to be. I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I think the majority of the headphone portion is going to be.
So it's going to be Darkfield with Toxic Junkyard at the end. Basically, with chainsaws. Yeah.
With the images that have come out, I think they are using the Games Bunker this year.
Maybe.
Because that makes the most sense of what they can dress as the burial room. Big space so they can put enough caskets in there to house everyone.
I don't know how I feel about lying in a casket.
I don't know if it's actually gonna be a casket, but that's the way that they proposed it. It's a casket, so
yeah.
I
don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Scarefest.
I think
that
first
one... Scarefest as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, are you happy then that there's Mine Tours and Attic still?
Yes, I am glad that am going to get to experience them because they're the ones that I've heard so much about, and it's just like
Mine Tours is another level.
Yeah, I think Mine Tours is the one that Sean likes the most. I think that's his favorite.
The Arctic's good, but if you don't get a good run through on it, it's just a walk through a castle.
I feel like we might get a good run through because obviously attraction tours event. So
we're going to be going to
amazing. So we'll get some good.
Yeah, so
we should get some good run
yeah.
throughs with that.
If we get the mazes before the public again, yeah, doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. That's going to be crazy. I remember in the attic at the end, I was held back for like 4 groups. Like
Yeah.
I was bullied basically. It was fun. It was fun. But then we did. Me and Aaron did a separate day, and we went on. It was Halloween. Mine Tours in the evening. It was just going dark, properly going dark, and we walked through, and we got stacked with a group in front of our group, and we got stopped in the sister room, and one of the actors from outside that had just given us the pre-show came back in and just whispered in my ear, went, "She's crazy, you know," like that. Only I could hear it, and Aaron next to me, and he just walked between us and fucked off. It was like, "Did you say that?" Aaron was like, "No." "Did you say that?" I was like, "No." And then this guy just goes woof right through us.
I'd just
beautiful.
put maybe it's never too soon to start panicking. I think they're ramping up the intensity this year, which I am glad because I got bored at Fright Nights last year. The mazes weren't intense enough for me, so I'm like, I want something a bit more.
I've never done a Fright Nights, but I feel like leaving it till next year is going to be
Fright
good
Nights.
Thing.
Best Fright Nights for me, because obviously I never did original, was when Lionsgate took over. Right at the start when Lionsgate took over. Towards the end it got weak again. But right that first year where Lionsgate took over was like amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done some great stuff. But I feel like the team down there are starting to get it what Fort Park is at Halloween. With the scare zones and stuff like that. I feel like they're starting to put everything together.
Yeah, I was about to say,
not what I want to hear.
This is not what I want to hear.
Oh yeah, because it's Matt's first scare attractions all together.
Wait, and he's going to the Towers Times event first.
Oof.
Matt.
It's going to be quite the introduction.
Might follow Matt around just to see his reaction.
Yeah, Matt, you can join us just because I want to see.
We're gonna have a big group this time.
Put him at the front of every group.
Last time we went, it was just literally me and Joe. Like this time it's gonna be like me, you, Pete, James, Free, Jammy, probably, Aaron, yeah,
maybe Matt.
Matt. It's gonna be crazy. We're literally gonna have a group for like the attic. Like we're gonna fill the attic with one group. That's mint. That's just us. That's quality. I hope that happens. I hope we get that in every maze as well. It's like us, and then like, how many of you? Like 8. Oh, right, just step aside. It was funny when we went on 13, wasn't it, James? Like we took up so many of the seats. It was like 6. What was it? 5, 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7. I can't remember what it was now. But we literally took like half a carriage up. It was great.
Yeah, it was just like, how many of you? 8. Okay,
that one. It was fun. It's fun being I'll be your scare maze guide. Yes, Dark Shadow. Absolutely.
The knowledgeable James Free.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to 2023. It's going to be a blast, man. I can see it. Lots of construction photos and drone footage and all kinds of stuff. I can see it happening everywhere. And Exodus as well. We've not even talked about that. Like that's going to be, that's
had some recent development.
Yeah,
which was one or two aspects of the environmental agency's rejection have been resolved, but there is one that still hasn't.
Oh yeah, I had seen.
One has, 2 haven't. It's the natural conservation part has been resolved. but the flood assessment and flood risk of the area, they are still not happy with. So it's not a guaranteed no, it can't happen, because the planning council can. It's just a recommendation. It's not. They don't have any final say over it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I remember the freak show stalls being really good to walk through, but it was quite intense. I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. Because
apparently that's why they're not doing scare zones this year.
Yeah, and they've said that. They said that last year. Last year, was it last year? I went to Scare Amazing. I think it was. That they don't want to do scare zones because they just can't. They can't control who's going to get what reaction. You know, like across the whole park.
Thorpe are quite lucky with their scare zones because of the way that they can place them. Like the Meadows. Was it Morecambe Meadows?
Yeah,
the Crows one.
Yeah,
because they used the path that led from Saw down towards behind Colossus.
Yeah,
it's a path no one ever really uses unless you know about it. Yeah, if you know about it, you use it because it's not got a hill on it.
Nah, legit
one next to it.
Yeah, and you get a good shot of the rolls as well.
It's quite a good place for them to be able to put it because they can keep it separated. There's plenty of routes around it.
Yeah,
and stuff. So.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. Like 2023.
Excited for the rest of this year as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Scare Amazing. Then
I've got on the way to Scare Amazing a trip to Drayton.
You're going to Drayton Manor. And then we've got so we've got Towers.
The big one.
Yeah, and then we've got Phantasialand, Wintertron, and then
best time of year.
I've got Disneyland Paris in December as well.
You've got that.
And then going back in March to Disneyland Paris as well.
When was my invites to these? That's so
they're in the Christmas post.
Christmas post, they're delayed.
I just somehow I'd forgotten about like all of the trip plans that we have for the rest of the year.
This year's mad. It's like September. I can't believe it's September already.
It's September, and we still have a bunch of trips planned. So that's always a good sign.
This was me last year. Like I barely had anything until I then happened to go to down south to all the South UK parks, and then to Poland, and then to Florida, and then to Germany.
On the mad one.
Yeah.
You went on it. You went on miles, man. You got some
the last 3 months of 2021 were a busy time for me.
Yeah,
so
you must.
And this year is about to be kind of not quite as rammed in with all the plans, but yeah, like I've got some November plans as well, which
fireworks.
On the fireworks as well. But yeah, I've got some. I say they're not set in stone. I have bought the flights for them already. But
that's pretty much set in stone.
It's pretty much. It's pretty concrete.
That's how we did ours. We were like, okay, check the hotel, get the flights first though, because then go up in price.
Literally, like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this trip at the beginning of November, because the flights were looking stupid. Like the flights were looking so expensive.
Yeah.
And then one time when I checked them, they just randomly dropped to like under $300. Like up to that point, I was looking at like $500-600 Canadian dollars, like just for the flights alone.
Canadian
and then they randomly just dropped down to like under $300, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to bag these right now. If I really want to do this trip, I'm gonna have to bag these right now, and then figure out the rest later.
We did it the opposite way. We was like, we'll book the flights. Did book the flights, then it went up like 40 quid.
No, it didn't go up much.
Yeah, it did. It went up 30 quid. It was 30 quid, and it's gone to 60.
I thought it went up like no, because they were already expensive. They were already at about 50, 60.
Oh, we
only went up to 70.
We booked seats, didn't we, as well?
But yeah, the seats is what added it on, because Ryanair, you had to pay for everything, probably the toilets as well.
Some guys are 20p, please, mate.
20p? Nah. £5.
£2 coins only
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, for 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just so excited for you guys to get on Taran.
I'm more excited to just stay at Charles Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and for you to get on Talican, Luke.
Talican.
That's
Colorado Adventure, Chiapas, Fly, Taran, Rake as well. Is it Rake?
Rake.
Right. Yeah, Rake.
I call it Rake.
Yeah.
Is it Rake or Rake?
It's Rake, isn't it?
I feel like it's either Rake or Reich, depending on how you pronounce the AI. Depending on how the country you're from pronounces the AI.
It's Rake.
I've always called it Rake, but
yeah,
I don't know. It might be Reich, but yeah, Charles Lindbergh is unequivocally the best theme park hotel I've ever stayed in.
I can't wait to get
without question.
The bar looks.
Yep.
Oh, the bar,
nice.
Mate, you're going down, bitch.
And the outdoor
you've challenged me to pool.
Outdoor area where you can see the launch and the brake run. It's amazing.
Yep. You've challenged me to pool. You're going down, bitch.
And apparently darts. I didn't realize they had a dartboard.
Yeah, they have dartboard.
They do have a dartboard. Yeah.
They have some posh furnishings underneath that dartboard.
Yes, which will get destroyed.
They have a fly. They have a support, like a fly support that goes through the ceiling.
Through the bar?
Yeah.
What?
It's mad.
Well,
does it shake?
Well, remember, Luke. It
must shake, right?
The platform that the pool table is on is a platform that they can lift up and remove. They take the ceiling off, and that's the maintenance for Fly.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they take trains in and out.
Yep.
They have.
That's why there's a pool table.
Yep.
It's literally above where
it's the maintenance staff during the day are just playing pool when the bar's closed. That's what it is.
And then you can go and walk around Rookburg until midnight as well, like with no one in the park.
Sam, the reason they don't have any double rooms is the way that they've built them. They are a twin room. They are a cabin with a bed on each side. Yeah. They're quite small.
It's an experiential hotel.
Yeah, it's
not
a standard.
It's hotel.
Not for being in a big room. It's for having that experience.
It might be a tiny room, but being able to wake up with that view.
I mean, the shower looks amazing.
Yeah, rainfall showers.
You can take a shit while watching Fly.
Depends on what room you get.
Depending on what room you get.
Apparently, Lev, when he
sold.
They had a view of
sold to the man taking a shit.
They had a view of the backstage offices, apparently, from there.
Oh, what? Ooh, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. What's being built?
Which apparently they're trying to use that as an extension of the park.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So where the backstage offices is next to
I wonder what they're going to do next. It's not something we talk about. Like, I wonder what they're going to do next. What do you guys think?
Why isn't that on a website you can take a shit while watching Fly?
It should definitely be one of the selling points.
And not the type of fly you're thinking
with a view.
A loo with a view.
Not the type of fly you're thinking of, though.
No.
It usually hangs around shit.
In terms of what I think they're going to do next, I'm not really sure what I think they will do next, because I personally think they have the next like 10 plus years planned out for themselves. But what I would like to see is they seem to be doing a lot with the China area. A lot of the sort of just theming components around Hotel Lingbao, which is another one of their hotels.
Yeah,
it looks like they're redoing them to more of a sort of like Tibetan / Himalayan Alps kind of
I did
feel to it. So what I would love to see is for them to read, like, just basically go. So the rides in the China area aren't good. They're not good. This is what I've said before in the past. Like, with Phantasialand already as good as it is, it still has so much potential.
I can see them redoing Geister Rickshaw, which I haven't done yet. I will do that when we go.
It's banner to me.
Was it the world's longest underground ghost train.
I think so. Yeah, it's literally it's a ghost train that goes underground.
How's it shit?
Because you'll see when you ride it.
It
was built when the park opened.
It's dated as fuck. It's a complete meme. There's some.
I've heard Fengju Palace is
but
so
yeah.
What did you say?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
If you heard it,
I'll
people
listen
are
back.
listening on the podcast. If you hear it, you hear it.
It's not back.
But yeah, no. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Fengju Palace, Zhengju Palace, or something like that. Yeah, Fengju Palace. It's a Vekoma Madhouse. It's not that good.
Is it worse than Impossible Blackpool?
I've never done worse. I've never done Impossible at Blackpool, so I don't know. But it's
a bird cage.
Yeah, the pre-show's too long. The pre-show's long as fuck. It's boring. And then just like there's not much in the ways of just the theatrical elements behind, the main portion of a madhouse. Like it's just not very well done. So what I think they should do with the China area is just you can retheme Fengju Palace and have it be, a solid attraction, a solid madhouse.
Yeah.
Gut Geisterrikscha. I don't even know how to say it. Geisterrikscha, that's it. Gut that, replace that with another. You can still use that space for like another solid dark ride. Retheme the do something like that. Trackless dark ride.
Although saying that
they don't have to be something massive. Just
they do have Mouse Chocolat, which is
that's a shooter though. That's a shooter though, isn't it? Like it's not a trackless dark ride.
A shooter, yeah.
But yeah, just carry on with the sort of Tibetan, Himalayan sort of retheme of China and include Colorado Adventure in it.
Ooh,
okay.
Like the Jackie Chan movie. What was that Jackie Chan movie? Shanghai Nights? Is that what it was called?
Well, that's the thing is with Colorado
called?
Adventure.
Like which one? Shanghai, yeah, he's done a movie called Shanghai Nights.
Yeah, it was Western.
Oh yeah.
I
remember now.
Yeah.
So the thing with Colorado Adventure is like when I was there because it was semi-busy.
Or was it Shanghai Noon?
You have to go through Chinatown to get to the entrance of Colorado Adventure anyway.
Exactly.
It's really disconnected because you go from American. Walking through China. Back to American.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it is kind of just because it used to be a Wild West area before, like that Colorado Adventure sat in before the park sort of just before Klugheim arrived
and Chiapas as well
and Chiapas, yeah. And so now Chiapas is in the Mexico area, obviously, and that area looks really complete with Talocan as well, and everything else. Klugheim is there, being Klugheim,
yeah,
just being Klugheim, and then River Quest is kind of sandwiched in there as well a little bit.
Yeah, River Quest is a weird one because it's
another weird one that's like in
mystery, but the entrance is in China.
Yeah, exactly. It's like on the edge of China. And then Colorado Adventure is just kind of sat there in its own, remnants of the Wild West area that's not there anymore. So, and like Colorado Adventure and Chiapas sort of interact with each other. I
have seen it on POVs. Like goes over it.
Chiapas's lift hills sort of interact with Colorado Adventure. Yeah. Like those at the very least parts of Colorado Adventure, like the station, and then like where it comes in really close proximity with the China area, all of that can be included in a Tibetan theming revamp of the China area, and I just think that would work so well. Cool. I think that would work so well, and
that sounds good.
And Colorado Adventure wouldn't be just a sort of a standalone attraction. In a sense,
an amazing attraction and
a fucking amazing one.
Yeah,
but
it's mental.
Yeah, that's what.
So,
be ready to hold on to your bag for your life because
I've heard about this.
I've genuinely looped it through my leg to make sure I didn't lose it.
Literally.
So we'll end the show on some news from Universal. They filed for the names Universal Terra Luna Resort and Universal's Stellar Nova Resort. Now, we were talking about this briefly before we came online, and you feel like it's going to be the off-park resorts, don't you? Them names, Kyle.
I think it could be just because I can't even remember where I heard this, but like the name Grand
Four
Helios
is angry over that. Sorry, I just got.
Oh, have you got lightning?
Oh, just a rumble. Oh,
you got thunderstorms and shit.
Literally. You see it? Boop. But yeah, what you're saying about the
I feel like the name Grand Helios Resort has been passed around a lot for the
good name.
For the
solid name.
For the main hotel that's going to be in the park, that's going to be in Epic Universe. I feel like I don't know if that was just a rumor for that to be the name, or if Universal actually filed a trademark for that name as well, and that's what that hotel is going to be. But I do know that there are going to be 2 other hotels outside of the park as well, like on Universal Way, leading up to the car park and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe they might be 2 names for those 2 hotels, and they kind of read similarly to each other. What Terra Luna and Stella Nova? They look like they could be in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
They read like they could be. So
it's like Lakeside and Dockside. Like,
they have 2 endless summer resorts. Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe one show will actually get some footage and talk about like Epic Universe, how it's coming along and stuff, because it is coming along.
Oh, there's
very fast pace.
I can't remember if I had suggested doing that, but there's so much information out there now about like what's going to happen. Like so many construction updates.
Footage, track,
footage, track, like buildings are being constructed, backstage buildings are being constructed. Like there's so much. There's so much going on, and like shout out to Alicia Stella on Twitter. She runs Theme Park Stop on YouTube.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Are they the ones that she does some really in-depth videos about?
Dude, she barely ever she never misses.
She never them.
She's so in tune with everything going on, and like, and I'm subscribed to her Patreon now. Like she hits the mark pretty much all the time.
Theme Park Stop, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to drop it in the chat, guys. Go and check this channel out if you want to catch up with Epic Universe. This is the place. This is the place to go. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean the footage as well, the drone shots, everything is just so quality, and the voiceover and everything and the information. It is. I look forward to them videos every week. I really do. They're awesome.
And follow Alicia Stella on Twitter as well. She works a lot. She uses a lot of the aerial shots from BioReconstruct on Twitter as well. Who
cool.
His shots are incredible as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to drop some links in this description. We talked about a lot of people. No, it's been good. It's been a good show.
They don't get shit wrong, man. Like they don't miss. Like,
I've
really good work.
Yeah, it is stellar. It's good. It's good. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up there. Almost 2-hour podcast with 3 people. It's not bad. It's not bad going. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, guys, and we'll catch you next week. Is Sean on next week? I can't remember if he is or not. I think he is.
Well, I know Sean is back from Florida, going straight to IAPA and then going to Germany. So maybe not.
We'll try and catch him.
We might not hear from him for another couple of weeks. But...
Yeah.
Yes, 4 is definitely angry, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a storm.
Paul's angry at ending the podcast, but we have to. Yeah. So, guys, we'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, and follow us on our socials as well. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.